Hello, students! Let's get started on our math assignment. This is Unit 3, Lesson 5, Practice. Here is an introduction to linear relationships. Previously, you learned proportional relationships. Proportional relationships start at 0, 0 on the x and y axis. These are proportional relationships. I'll spell that out. Proportional. This is one type of linear relationship. Just one type of linear relationships. Now we're going to learn another type of linear relationship where the line does not start at 0, 0. The shape of the line is still a straight line, but where it intercepts the y-axis is not at 0. So at this point here, maybe y equals 4. So the coordinate would be 0, x equals 4, but x equals 0, but y equals 4 at this point. And we call that the y-intercept. So pay attention to the y-intercept as we learn more about linear equations. And for all linear equations, the slope is still given by the change in the change in y divided by the change in x. This is easy to remember as rise over run. I'll write that down. It's very useful to remember. The rise is the y coordinate going up, and the run is the x coordinate going over. So don't forget, slope of a line is rise over run. Okay, let's get started on our lesson. I'll just delete that so it's ready to go for next time. Okay, here we are. Problem number 1. To paint a house, a painting company charges a flat rate of $500 for supplies. I'll underline that information. Plus $50 for each hour of labor. How much would the painting company charge to paint a house that needs 20 hours of labor? Okay, well, let's see. First, there's $500 worth of supplies. That's a flat rate that they charge everybody. Oh, you know what? Let me call this Y. Y is going to be the cost of painting. So the cost starts with a $500 flat rate for supplies plus $50 per hour of labor. So plus $50 times every hour of labor. I'll call the hours of labor X. That's hour of labor. So how much would it cost to paint a house that needs 20 hours of labor? Let's see, the cost would equal $500 for supplies plus $50 an hour times 20 hours. Okay, get your calculators and do the math. Or if you're good, you can do it in your head. Okay, let me try it in my head. 5 times 2 is 10, and then add on these zeros, 0, 0. So that's going to be $1,000 worth of labor plus this $500 flat fee for supplies. So that equals $1,500. Okay, good job, guys. Go ahead and put your answer on the line. And I'm going to go ahead and answer the next one. Remember, this is the answer for 1A. That answer goes up there. Now, let me erase some space here, and I'll answer question 1B. I need a faster eraser. Okay, I'm ready. Question 1B. How much would the painting company charge for a house that needs 50 hours of labor? Okay, remember, why is the cost that they're going to charge their customers? The cost, as we already found, is $500 for the flat fee of supplies. Everyone has to pay $500 times $50 per hour of labor times X, which is the number of hours of labor. So if this house needs 50 hours of labor, the cost will be $500 for supplies plus $50 per hour times 50 hours. Okay, are you good with math? I'm okay at math. Let me try. 5 times 5 is 25, and then add on 2 zeros. Okay, the labor is going to be $2,500, and the fees is still $500, so add those together, and we get $3,000. So if your house needs 50 hours worth of painting, it's going to cost you $3,000. Okay, doing good, guys. Let's go on to 1C. Draw a line representing the relationship between X, the number of hours it takes the painting company to finish the house, and Y, the total cost. Okay, did you get that? X is the hours of painting, Y is the cost in dollars. And they said draw a line representing the relationship. Label the 2 points from the earlier question on your graph. Okay, the 2 points from the earlier question were, if X equaled 20 hours, we calculated a cost of $1,500. And if X were 50 hours, we calculated it'll cost $3,000. Let me double check. Did I get that right? 50 times. Just a second. I need to double check that I got that right. 20, 2 times 5 was 10. Yeah, 1,500. I think I got that right. Okay, so when the hours of labor was equal to 20 hours of labor, the cost was $1,500. So this is 1,000, 1,200, 1,400. No, let me figure out the scale here. 1,200, 400, 600, 1, 2, 3. This is 1,250. Okay, you've got to read the scale carefully. These are counting by 250. So this is 1,500. This is 1,750. Okay, I've got it now. So if we need 20 hours of labor, the cost is $1,500. Put a dot right there. And when we need 50 hours of labor, the cost is $3,000. Right there. And draw a line showing this relationship. Okay. Should I draw a line that extends all the way to the axes? I think I will. Let me put the points using GeoGebra instead of my drawing tool. So your points are going to look like this. You'll have a point right here and a point right here. And you need to connect them with a line. Ding! Okay, we did it. It says label the 2 points from the earlier equation on your graph. Do you want to label those? Why don't we do that? This point is X equals 50, Y equals 3,000. And this point is X equals 20, Y equals 1,500. Okay, because the direction said label the 2 points from the earlier problem on your graph. Right there, label them. Draw a line and label the points. Okay, I did it. Question 1D. Find the slope of the line. What is the meaning of the slope in this context? Okay, do you remember how to find the slope of a line? I showed you on this GeoGebra page, and I'm happy to show you again. Oh no, it has disappeared. Never mind, I will write it again. The slope of a line, never forget, because you're going to need this in so many of your math classes. The slope equals the change in the y direction divided by the change in the x direction. Another way to find the slope is by looking at the coordinate points. Suddenly my pen stopped. Just a second. Oh no. Oh, there it goes now. y2 minus y1 is the change in y, divided by x2 minus x1. That's the change in x. Another way to remember slope is the rise over the run. So now you have 3 ways to remember: change in y over change in x, or using the coordinate points, or rise over run. So in our problem, we have a line that goes from 20 hours of labor that costs $1,500 to 50 hours of labor that costs $3,000. So let's find the slope of the line. Here is the line in the problem. This line, using these coordinate points. Let's do it here, using this formula. Okay, let's give it a try. So slope equals y2 is this 3,000 right here. There's y2. So $3,000 minus y1 is here. y1, $1,500 divided by x2. x2 is here. 50 hours of work minus x1 is over here. My pen just stopped again. Sometimes my computer doesn't keep up because I'm so good at math. That's a joke. Okay, now let's do the math. 3,000 minus 1,500 is 1,500. And divide that by 50 minus 20, which is 30. Okay, keep on going. Now let's simplify this. Those zeros will disappear, and then 15 divided by 3 is 5, and there's a 0 left over right here. So the slope of the line is 50. That means, let me show you what it means. It means it goes up 50 every hour. The x-axis is hours of work. The y-axis is cost in dollars. So it goes up 50 over 1 hour, up $50 over 1 hour, up $50 over 1 hour. Like that. So this 50 means $50 per hour. That is the rate that they charge. Let's go ahead and answer the question now. Would you like me to show you actually on this graph real quick? I know you love it when I explain things over and over and over again, don't you? Okay, watch this. 20 hours, no, it'll be too hard to draw. I wanted to go really small like this, $50 an hour, but I guess the scale is too small. Never mind. Find the slope of the line. What is the meaning of the slope in this context? Okay, I helped you find it. Do you remember what it was? The slope is the cost of labor per hour. It equals $50 per, oops, I wrote 50%. That's a big mistake. There we go. $50 per hour of labor. Okay, good job, guys. Let's go on to the next problem.